Hello, and welcome to another Monday Morning Nuggets episode. It doesn't have to be a Monday or a morning as you're listening to this, but the name is what the name is. I'm Becca, and here I share quick tips to help reshape your mindset and reinforce a healthy perspective. Side note, a healthy perspective is key, especially when dealing with challenges and staying motivated to keep doing your best. So sit back, enjoy the episode, take notes, and let's dig deep. Today, we're diving into something that holds so many of us back: the fear of what ifs. You know the ones I'm talking about. What if it doesn't work out? What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? What if this decision is a big mistake? These fears can paralyze us, keeping us stuck in places that don't serve us anymore. But what if, obviously, pun intended, we could break free from that fear and unlock our full potential? Well, we can. And today, I'm going to walk you through 6 steps to do just that. So let me start with this. Why do we ask what if questions in the very first place? This is human nature. Our brains are wired to protect us from uncertainty and potential pain. But then what happens when those what ifs take over? They freeze us in place. We start to think, what if I'm making the wrong choice? What if I'm not good enough? And you get into this cycle of self-sabotage where you stop yourself before you've even attempted to move forward. And suddenly, instead of taking that leap towards something great, we're stuck. We're too scared to move forward, but too uncomfortable where we are. I've been there. I'm sure you can relate as well. Whether it was leaving a job, starting a new project, walking away from something that wasn't right for you, leaving a relationship, starting a business, embarking on a new journey, you find yourself continuously asking, what if I regret this? What if it's a mistake? But the honest truth is that those what ifs are always rooted in fear. They are under the guise of planning ahead, being analytical, being proactive, but deep down, it's just coming from a place of fear. And fear, while it feels very, very real, doesn't have to run the show of your life. So today, like I said before, I want to give you 6 powerful steps to help you overcome the fear of what ifs and finally move toward your full potential. All right, step 1. Reframe the fear. Instead of asking, what if I fail? Why don't you try asking yourself, what if things go right? This might sound simple, but this mindset shift is so powerful. Too often we let our minds fixate on the worst case scenario. But why not imagine the best case? What do you have to lose? It's like, okay, unrelated, but I tell people, if you dream or you have fantasies, and even in those dreams and in those fantasies, you're still holding back, you're still restricting yourself, then you really have a big problem, because that fantasy, that dream is free. Your imagination can go as far as it wants. You can have as much as you want in your imagination, in your thoughts, in your subconscious. But if you're restricting yourself there, then you need to think deep as to why you're functioning in a poverty-stricken mindset. So same thing here. Why not think of positive things? Why not consider best case scenario? Why does the what if have to be bad? Why can't assessing risk be good risk? Why does it have to be negative risk? So by reframing the what if, you start to see opportunities instead of obstacles. So step 2, focus on growth, not on perfection. Nobody is perfect. Failure isn't something to avoid at all costs. If you've listened to my previous episode on failure, you hear me say that failure is not such a bad thing. It's really just a lesson learned in the journey of life. It adds to it builds your character. And let me not go too much into it. But failure isn't something to avoid at all costs. It's a stepping stone towards growth. And every mistake you make is a lesson learned, a skill sharpened. So when fear of failure starts to creep in, remind yourself that growth happens outside of your comfort zone. You don't have to get it perfect, you just have to get started. Now, step 3 is quite crucial. You need to start taking small, actionable steps. Thinking and planning and analyzing and asking what if doesn't move the pencil. We often think about our goals or decisions in overwhelming all or nothing terms. We're like, this year I must do this big, I must do it this way, this way, this way. But no, you don't have to make a giant leap to see progress. Break your goals into smaller, manageable tasks. This will reduce the pressure and help you move forward one step at a time. Because you need to remember that progress is still progress, no matter how small. Now, for step 4, you need to challenge negative thoughts. Now, when that nagging voice in your head is asking, what if I fail? Or what if I'm not good enough? Don't just accept it, challenge it. Ask yourself, is this fear realistic? Do I have any evidence that things will turn out badly? And for the most part, you find that your fears are based on assumptions and not facts. They are based on other people's stories that you're not even aware of the full scope of what they did or what they didn't do. They're different people, you're in different walks of life. So why are you basing your what ifs on what happened to them? So by questioning your negative thoughts, you take away the power that it has over you. From thinking you're not good enough or you're not capable enough to succeed in that area that you really want to step into. But I want to tell you something here. You are capable, you are good enough, you are strong enough, and you can do that thing and be that person. So start practicing self-compassion and remind yourself of past successes. Build your confidence, and slowly those what if fears will lose their grip on you. So finally, step 6 is to accept uncertainty. I know this one is really tough because we all crave certainty, but here's the thing. Certainty doesn't really exist. Life is unpredictable, and no matter how much we plan, we can't control every outcome. So instead of fearing the unknown, I want you to try to embrace it. Accepting uncertainty shows you or allows you to move forward without letting fear dictate your actions. I know most of these things sound so simple, so cliche, but then you keep hearing them over and over and over again because at the base of everything, moving forward has some very basic principles, and these are some of them. So just to recap, first, reframe your fear by asking, what if things go right? Second, focus on growth, not on perfection, because failure is part of the journey. Third, take small actionable steps to reduce overwhelm. Fourth, challenge those negative thoughts that tell you you're not good enough. Fifth, build your self-confidence by reminding yourself of your strengths and past wins. And lastly, accept the uncertainty and the fact that that's part of life and you can't control everything, but that's okay. So as I wrap up this episode, I want you to remember that you are capable of so much more than your fears lead you to believe. The what ifs do not define your future, you do. You have the power in your hands. Walking away from things that no longer serve you may feel terrifying in the moment, but it's one of the most empowering steps you can take. It's you saying to yourself, I deserve better. And that is always a beautiful thing. So I hope this episode resonated with you. And remember, breaking free from fear is a process. It's not something that happens instantly. It's not by saying positive affirmations for 1 week and then you're suddenly a new person. It's a very gradual process, but progress all the same. And it's one worth investing in. So if this episode spoke to you, please share with someone you think might need that extra encouragement today. And I hope you have a lovely week ahead. You keep pushing forward, keep growing, and you don't let the fear of what ifs hold you back from your full potential. Have a lovely, lovely week ahead. Thank you.